I'm a big fan of the Mario Tennis games. Mario Power Tennis was, honest to God, one of my favorite GameCube games growing up. The series has had a bit of a rough go at it. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash on Wii U was kinda hot garbage. But Mario Tennis Aces on Switch was excellent. So how does Mario Tennis Fever hold up on Switch 2? Well, it's not as good as Aces, but it's a lot better than Ultra Smash. The thing I go for immediately in any game is a story or adventure mode. Even in sports games, which Golf Story proved can absolutely have a good single-player adventure. In most sports games, it's either a career mode or just a series of back-to-back matches with some unimportant story dialogue thrown in between. I'm fine with that. If there's some kind of tangible progression, and it can be played solo or offline, I'm content. Mario Tennis Fever tries to go beyond that and do more. Unfortunately, it does a piss-poor job of it. Mario Tennis Fever has an adventure mode, where you play as Mario after he, Luigi, and Peach have been turned into babies by monsters. You go through some tennis coaching, and that's over half the adventure mode right there, and it's really nothing but an excessively drawn-out, albeit extremely effective, tutorial, so that you can get good enough to defeat the monsters and undo their magic babification. Because apparently jumping on them, or throwing them, or hurling fireballs at them is too old school. We have to humiliate them to death by beating them at tennis. Outside of some rank-up regular tennis matches, this tutorial is painfully boring. It's about 5 times longer than it has any business being, and it's not even fun like the tutorial sections in most strategy RPGs. After you graduate from tennis training and you hop on an airship, you immediately get shot down, and then you proceed through a handful of environments playing tennis against random monsters and collecting magic tennis rackets. This is probably a third of the game. Eventually, you find the monsters, you beat them, and everyone's an adult again. Wahoo, or whatever. It was not, at any point, exciting, and only mildly interesting. Some of the boss fights were kind of fun, but that's basically the only part of the game that I found legitimately fun at all. What this game does get right, which honestly is more important than the boring adventure mode, is the actual tennis gameplay. If you're doing random matches against AI or playing online, this game's great. It feels wonderful to control, the character variety is fantastic, and fewer than half the characters are unlocked by default, if I remember correctly. So you have something to work towards as you play through the game's various offline modes. That's honestly something that I wish more games still did. Have meaningful unlocks. The tennis courts themselves are okay. Nothing to write home about, but not bad or overly lacking. If you don't care about the adventure mode, then this is a solid tennis game that fits in with the rest of the Mario Tennis series. There are some non-traditional single-player challenges that add some variety, and are necessary to unlock all the characters, but for the most part, Nintendo played it relatively safe with this one. There's no new big gimmick here. The Fever shots are really just a twist on the unique power shots that have been around since the Gamecube title. But sometimes that's a good thing. Pokemon Legends ZA tried a new battle gimmick with real-time battles, and all of my friends and I hate it. So sometimes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is a pretty good adage to follow. Mario Tennis Fever is fine. It won't change how you see the series, or revolutionize how Mario Tennis is played like Mario Power Tennis did, but it also won't leave you feeling ripped off and disappointed like Mario Tennis Ultra Smash did. Sometimes it's best to play it safe, and that's what Nintendo did here. The only thing new they tried was a more drawn-out adventure mode, and that completely sucked. Fortunately, the tennis itself is rock solid, with loads of characters to unlock and play as. So all things considered, I don't think it's as good as Mario Power Tennis or Mario Tennis Aces, but it's a solid game, and it's definitely worth picking up if you're into sports games. My rating for Mario Tennis Fever on Switch 2 is a B.